The following episode is brought to you by Poison City Brewing, proud makers of Durban Poison Cannabis Lager, the beer that invites you to live your poison.
Again, bro, I'm currently looking at a picture of you guys, one that I've seen circulating and making the rounds, and there's four of you. Let's play the guessing game. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you are either the guy on the left with the top that says D joint or die joint.
Okay, Naz, there's kind of a photograph of him on the Zoom chat, so this isn't really much of a guessing game.
Okay.
This is very clever.
Oh, there it is.
Were you trying to come across like psychic or something with the actual photograph? Like,
dude, can I just say? I'm gonna stop my video. Okay, can I just say you guys look hardcore as fuck, dude. You guys look like they're the craziest breakdowns ever.
I was actually listening to the link that David sent us today with your album, and it's dope. It's really, really cool. It's not what I expected, but it's also it's dope, man. Like, I really enjoyed it.
That's cool. No, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I know you should see the other photographs of the same photo shoot. There we are, sweet boys.
Yeah, dude. Like the one thing that I picked up from some of the stuff that you were going through was that you're Dutch born, dude.
True.
Like, you know, were you like I might come across uneducated, but Dutch people are from the Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken.
This is correct.
Yeah. So were you born that side, like, you know, or were you just?
No. I was born and bred. I came here in 2003, and that's also why I've got this amazing accent.
Nah, dude, couldn't tell, man. It sounds perfect. And like, dude, just from sort of growing up, well, having come this side, you know, in 2003, were you already making music out in the Netherlands?
Yeah.
And how was it? How would you say, like, if you had to compare, you know, what the music scene is like in the Netherlands and what the music scene is like in South Africa, you know, what are sort of the differences and what are sort of the similarities?
There's quite a few differences. First of all, intensity over there is a lot more intense. You have a village of 3 houses and a haystack, and there's 5 bands. It's really because there is so much competition. Playing levels are also, at least at on the higher end, are high. This playing is very well, and they have gear. Last time I was there, it was a couple of years ago, and I played with my old band and played at a festival. And then you see so we were there the whole day, and of course the first bands, that's let's say the Weekend Warriors, but these guys come and they all have in-ear, they've got the best gear available to mankind, and those are just guys that, no, it's just a hobby.
Yeah, I do that. That's sick. Yeah.
Another thing that I notice is that in rock in South Africa, of course, we do have metal in all forms. We have blues and punk, and that's kind of it as it comes to rock.
No, it makes a lot of sense, dude. And you've shed a lot of lights as well in terms of, you know, the music scene that side. Before I pass on to Marcel, one more question relating to yourself and being Dutch and whatnot. You know, are there any you know, let's sort of exchange and do some slang. You know, give us some of the lingo that you guys use there. Some very interesting words that you can teach us when it comes to Dutch. It can be a spare. That would be cool as well.
That would but those are always the names, the words that you learn first, in another language. All right. So you want to a swear word? Okay, to call someone a dickhead, you call him eikel.
Eikel.
Yeah.
What
Which
part
is
of that is?
It's so simple.
That translates. It translates into acorn, the thing that falls out of an oak tree. Then again, have a look at an acorn, and you know why.
Makes sense, dude.
You gotta love language. You gotta love it.
Yeah,
that's perfect, dude. You summed icon. Now we know.
Eikel. Eikel. So you spell it EIKEL. Eikel.
Okay.
Eikel. Okay,
and it always works. Yeah.
Hey, that is perfect, dude. Thank you so much for that. Eikel.
On the other hand, if you say the Afrikaans swear words, nobody will bat an eyelid. You throw in the P word or the K word, and nah. That's not swearing.
I feel you, dude. 100%. Marcy.
So, like the whole thing of coming from the Netherlands, how old were you when that transition happened? Were you in your teens? Were you already an adult when you moved over?
Well, given the fact that I actually was in military service during World War One, I was already an adult. No, I followed. Actually, didn't follow. I came here to meet up with a girl, and in the long run, that didn't turn into something that is still there. But hey, I was in South Africa and I completely enjoyed it here. I started joining bands here, and so I only go back every now and again when I have money and to visit some family.
It's interesting how far a man can travel for a woman, and like
yeah, that's why we are the weaker gender. Because a woman would never do that.
Did that whole experience lead to some good songwriting material?
No, not particular. Not particular. Especially in those years, I did not write that much.
That's okay. Like, were you still like in the beginning phases of getting into music at that point in time, or
no?
More into
songwriting
later.
I've been in music. Yeah, I got more into songwriting later. I've been a musician for as long as I can remember. I started playing guitar when I was 8, and before that, I already knew that is what I want. Actually, from a really young age, I knew I want to be a musician. Of course, my parents had different ideas. They said, "No, you go to university. You first go. You get yourself a degree and a career and things like that."
As parents,
because who the hell can make money out of being a musician? But in the end, it all turned out well.
Getting into Fourth Sun South, what is the inspiration behind this band itself? What brought you guys together? You guys are all obviously seasoned musicians. What brought you guys together to start this band and start working together?
I think from within 2 weeks that I touched down in South Africa, I started together with a couple of other guys a band called the Fake Leather Blues Band, and we still exist, be it that the lead singer now lives in Cape Town, so we do like a yearly tour. However, the bass player is Franco Jamnek. So I've been playing with him for now 17 years. Also play with him in another band called Hootenanny. Together with him and a third guy, which is currently the drummer, that is Karel Viljoen. We had a band called, with the extremely original name, Peter T Band, because I did not have much inspiration for a name. Been playing, let's say, the past 2 years. And at the end of last year, we started recording an EP. And by the time that was about to come out, they told me, dude, it's all nice and well, but please get a proper band name. So that became Fourth Sun South. Now you may say, that is a cool name, and how original. Not so, eh? I've got 3 elder brothers. I am from the Netherlands, so I am the 4th son, and I went south. The EP came out. That date was picked before COVID came, and it came out on the 25th of April, and COVID kind of ruined that thoroughly for us. But during the lockdown, I first did a music quiz. It was very interesting. I play a bit, and people guess what song it is. And you learn 12 new songs a week. And then after that they guessed it, then I would play the whole song. And that's 12 times 12. But at some point I also realized this is not going anywhere. And it's not doing anything for me. So I asked my wife if I could have the spare room. And I built a studio. And I borrowed a bit here and there. And connected everything that I otherwise had, and I started writing and recording, and that became the current album, The Sounds Around Your Head. And by the time that was really taking form, and we could actually meet people again, we decided to get an extra guitarist, and that became Dale McCarty from Borgasm and Son of Hawk.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That explains the solo.
It's actually incredible. Yeah. Yeah, it really does, and I think with all that you've basically laid out there, I think there's one important point as well that we need to touch on, and is that in 2018 you dropped One Day, which was your solo album. Talk a bit more about
that's
that.
Also true. That's correct. That was came forth from a long hot summer where we did not go on tour, and I was bored as hell. So I decided I'm going to write songs. At that time, my lyrics writing was still, crap. And so I started writing music, and I would just put a bit of a melody line here and there over it for, in case I find good lyrics. And so I wrote a couple of those, and I sent them to. I've got a couple of people that I usually send my demos to, and basically the response was, "Dude, you are not going to sing over this, because this music is really so nice and storytelling." So that whole One Day album of 12 tracks became an instrumental album, and It was also the story of one day, be it that the first track was Sunrise, and what was the last track? Yeah, but the last track was a Moonlight. Shoot, almost forgot. So it described a whole day musically, and it was non-stop. Well, it's still available everywhere. There's non-stop. There's no gaps between the songs. There's continuously music or sounds, because I've also used, for example, the very first sound I put on that album was the birds choir at sunrise, which I recorded at 6 o'clock in the morning with my cell phone out of the window, recorded a minute of the birds and quickly went back to bed, because a musician at 6 o'clock is fine if he comes home, but not if he comes out of bed.
That's so cool, though.
Pardon?
It is.
It's such a cool concept.
You were saying,
though. Like it's really
so on that album you have it starts with Sunrise, and then we have a journey. So you first hear me getting into a car and driving off. Then we arrive at the forest, and in the forest is an oak tree. So those are all the titles of the songs. And then there's my favorite dog is a dachshund, and in Dutch and actually lots of languages there called tekel. And there's a tekel race. I know that also exists, that people race dachshunds. That's absolutely hilarious, because a dachshund can do everything except listen. And what do we have then? At some point you have sunset, mosquito, because they always come after sunsets. And then we have a thunderstorm, because Highveld's a thunderstorm at night. Calm after, and then a night in Amsterdam. Okay, that's a bit difficult from the Highveld, but hey, on an album you can do that. And then Moonlight, and I may have missed a track or two, but that's kind of the story.
I think you summed it up perfectly, though, dude. Like, I feel like it's one continuous journey type thing, and just even looking at. Yeah, continue, please.
That was the whole idea, and the sounds from I put a lot of soundtracks. What do you call that? In between. So at the end of the afternoon, at some point, I recorded Hardydars because these bastards then start making noise, and that falls then in. Let's say instead of your blanks in between the songs, I used sounds like that. Thunderstorm, of course, starts with a nice thunderclap.
I'm just trying to imagine someone trying to figure out what a Hardydar is from another country, not knowing what that bird is and what that sound is. I'm just imagining someone elsewhere trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
I know the feeling, because, of course, I too heard a Hardydar for the first time, and I thought, what the hell is that? It must be huge. And then I was told, that's that ugly bird. That actually look very nice. It's an ibis. Oh.
You know what was behind? Why did you call it One Day? Did all this happen in one day?
The whole journey is one day.
Wow. Dude.
Oh yeah, and I had a hidden track, and that is a song I actually have also put on the sounds around your head, because this song Home also was as a hidden track on One Day. Yeah, here's the thunderstorm going on here right now in Pretoria.
Same here, dude. Same here.
Yeah.
Actually,
What, are you having
it's
a
been
storm?
going like.
Yep.
I'm fine down here in Pine Time. That's interesting.
Yeah, no,
Hectic, yeah.
thunder and lightning here. Yeah. So that's the song "Home." I recorded on one day, and there it is a very acoustic version. And I still wanted because the song had developed into a song for the band, and I still wanted the recording of that as well.
That is beautiful, man. And obviously you did mention, before Fourth and South that, you had the fake leather blues and whatnot. Would you say that the sound and the music that you made in the fake leather blues, sort of seep into the sounds that we would hear in Fourth and South?
Not as sound as such, because recording the sounds around your head, I really used what I had, and I had all the time in the world. However, for example, the song Positive, the music of that song I originally, and that's about 10 years ago, I wrote for the Fake Leather Blues Band, and it never happened. And I thought, I wrote that music, I have that music, I want to make that into a song, and so I did. And of course, there is a blues song on the Sounds Around Your Head, which could have easily been a Fake Leather Blues Band song. Otherwise, no, not so much.
Hey, that is perfect, bro. Summed it up well. Marcy.
Yeah, man, that's cool though. Like it's very rare that you hear an artist say that their previous bands don't influence their current ones or the sounds really. And I found that to be like kind of the mark of a very diverse musician. Would you say that you are more diverse musically? Is your taste not really rooted in one place, or is it more all around?
Yes, one might say that. I already mentioned I play in the Fake Leather Blues Band, which, to no surprise, is indeed a blues band. I also said I play in Hootenanny, which is a country folk band. One band I did not mention is the Barbosa Experience, which is really pop and Latin. Yes, my roots and my first love is rock, but I enjoy playing in all those bands and making that kind of music that those bands make. So I do not have one a narrow view as it comes to music. For me, music has always been, if music has been made with passion and heart and a bit of intelligence, then I like it. And with the intelligence, I mean, unfortunately, nowadays, or no, I think that's of all time, but the music tends to dumb down. And especially by the time artists were putting this featuring that, it meant that the music often consists out of one line repeated in both verse and chorus, and that is it. And lyrics, yeah.
No, I feel you. I get where you're coming from.
And that, I've always hated that, and that's what I mean, a bit of intelligence. However, if someone works on making a composition and does it with heart, I actually don't care what your style is, because then the music is for me by definition interesting.
Yeah, no, that's a great outlook though. It means that you don't just you'll approach music open-minded. You know, if you can hear that there's been some kind of effort put into it, you'll approach it with an open mind, which is what a lot of people tend
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, but I think heart and passion is the most important because you also sometimes hear bands and I say, dude, this is so skillful and so wonderfully and also so boring because there is no passion in it.
No, that's completely understandable.
Yeah.
I get you.
Sorry.
I was just saying Naz. I was just saying your name. You know, I was just.
Oh,
It was just signaling
sorry,
you
guys.
on.
Yeah, I was. I was wanting to shift the focus a bit, you know, on your guys' album, and you guys obviously released the video for They Run We Hide. You know, I've got two
Yes.
questions. Why did you guys decide, you know, all the 11 of the 11 tracks that, you know, They Run We Hide
12.
is the one
12.
shooting music? My apologies, man. My apologies. Wait, it's 11 on the bio. Then
No. It says 11 original
okay,
tracks and one cover.
Oh,
all right, my apologies. 11
I
original
made
and
the
one
same.
cover.
I made the same oversight.
Sorry about that. We apologize.
No worries. No, I've always found that one of the most difficult things. So you've written a crap load of songs, and then you've reduced that to the best 12. You say, and or the 12 that make an album together. And it's not always that's the best 12, but that fit together the best. And now someone says, okay, and now what's the single? Yeah, but those are my babies. Well, okay, there's 12 songs, and these are the 10 I like best. So what I then do is I ask other people, hey, have a listen. I don't know what the single is yet. And then I get, oh man, I love this song and that song and that song. And I do that 5 times, and then there's one name that just comes back and back and back. Okay, so we're going to punt that one first.
It's a good way of
That was yeah, it was.
Yeah. It's because otherwise I also don't know. And of course it was not the best choice because, hey, it's actually too long. But, well, stuff it.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily the longest track on the album. I saw that Staying in the Yard is the longest, but at the same time, what would you say the inspiration behind the music video was?
That I can tell you, and that's it's very simple. Simple. What is it? 2 years ago, you had the Nazis marching in Charlottesville, if I'm correct, in the US of A. And you had the riots around Confederate statues, and you had President Trump saying, there were good guys on both sides. And I had, no. Fascists and Nazis are not good guys. And if you don't condemn them, and if you don't speak out against that, we only have to go back, what is it? 80 years in history to see what happens if you let that just go. And if you don't speak up. Exactly. See, there's my Dutch coming out. And I decided then I must speak out against this, and that's when I wrote that song, and later made the video. Try to match that with the feeling of the song.
It's cool though. Like knowing that the song has that kind of vibe behind it makes it all the more interesting, to be honest.
Yeah. And we are, well, I don't know if we are there already, but if not today, then tomorrow, 30,000 views of that video, 30. So yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that's hell of impressive though, because like I've been doing a YouTube channel for roughly about a couple of years, and I'm hitting 30,000 total views on my channel. So that's wildly impressive. Like, congrats.
Okay. No. Yes, it is 30,000 views now. However, that's on Facebook.
Oh, but that's still impressive. Like that doesn't take anything away from the feat, though. Like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
but it's a lot easier on Facebook than on YouTube, because yeah, to get 30,000 views for your video on YouTube, oh, we'll get there. We'll get there.
But this isn't.
Not yet.
Bear in mind, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying 30K for one specific video. I'm saying, as in my lifetime, across all my videos, I have a total of 30. Not one specific one. That's yeah.
Yeah.
So
on our YouTube channel, we are not there yet. Then again, I think it has been in existence since June or so.
No, but YouTube is a difficult thing to get right. Like that algorithm is incredibly difficult. It takes a lot of consistency and a lot of time.
And there are a couple of things I enjoy doing, and that I think I've got down, and that is mostly making music. However, promoting NPR and things like that, no, not so much.
That's why you've got David.
That's why, yes, most certainly. And oh man, am I grateful for him.
Listen, guys, I don't know. I'm not too sure what how much time we've got left.
About 7 minutes.
Zoom on my about 7. Guys, should we maybe transition to one last session to maybe round up, maybe finalize any questions and whatnot? I would like for us to play one of your tracks in between as well, for people to get a bit of a taste. Maybe
fantastic.
Yeah,
that would be great.